Hello, this is Digital Dragon back to you with another cooking video. Today I'm making a fairly simple dish that I've elevated. This is actually a dish my mother makes. It's her recipe that I've changed. Hers uses 4 ingredients: chicken, bacon, cheese, and barbecue sauce. I've upgraded it a little bit, where I've swapped the regular bacon with the thick cut bacon. Not sponsored. Cheese is still the same, using the marble cheese. I swapped chicken out for turkey. I'm going to be deskinning and deboning them. And then and of course barbecue sauce, again not sponsored. And the last thing I'm actually going to be adding is actually shrimp, because I like shrimp. Of course, you can change these ingredients. The prep is basically the same. If you can get skinless chicken breasts, it needs to be white meat because they cook better. They cook more evenly. So we are going to prepare the ingredients. Grab a bowl. I'm going to start with the bacon. This doesn't need to be fancy. And a lot of these recipes that I make, you make them your own, because what I like might be different than what you like. So always taste as you go. Always. And some people might not like bacon, or vegetarian. You can swap out for the vegetarian options. So you can get vegetarian bacon. This is actually a recipe that my mother calls backyard barbecue. If this will cut nicely, that'd be great. So, thick cut bacon. They don't need to be even because they're going to be mixed in with the turkey. Don't need to break them up now, they'll break up when you fry them. You want to fully cook these because you do put them in the oven, but just to melt the cheese. Especially the shrimp, if you're adding shrimp, because unless you get like fully cooked shrimp, mine is not. I had to completely devein them as well as take off the shells. I do recommend going with the fully cooked shrimp because then you just need to warm them up. None of the stuff that I have that I'm preparing is pre-cooked. So I have to fully cook them. So, what I'm going to do... Alright, so, got pans on for the 3 things I need to cook. So I'm going to put bacon, shrimp, bacon, turkey, shrimp. So, because bacon you need to render the fat, putting it in, I haven't oiled this one. So that's why I'm putting the bacon in there. Let that cook there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to peel and devein the shrimp. Alright. I want to render all that fat out of there. So with these, they still are shelled. Grab it at the legs and start just peeling it off. These look like they're actually already pre-deveined. So at least that's good. Completely unpeeled and deveined shrimp. Do that with the rest of them. And I will be back when they're done. Alright, so once you've peeled and deveined the shrimp, cut them up into bite-sized pieces. And then put them in the pan. I was going to put it in a bigger pan, but I thought there was more than there actually was. That just continue to cook. Then deal with the turkey. Alright. So with this, you do want to de-skin it most of the time. You can just grab it and pull it, like I'm doing here. Just a little sinew and bone in here, so you gotta debone it as well. there's a deboned and deskinned turkey breast. I'm going to come back once I'm done the second one. Alright, so now that I got all the chicken deboned, deskinned, and cut up into bite-sized pieces, I'm going to add it to the pan. Yes, the bacon's still cooking. I put the shrimp off to the side because they're done cooking, because shrimp cooks fast. You don't want a big dish. At least for the amount that I'm making, I don't need a big dish. That's just about done. Season. The only thing that you really want to season in this is the turkey. All the stuff, all the ingredients here are all fresh. I just picked them up yesterday. So the bacon should be done. You do want to drain out the bacon. Because if there's, well, because there's, once it's cooked, finally cooked, doing its final stint in the oven, it's going to leak a little bit of oil. If you don't pre-drain it, then you're going to have some issues with oil, with your dish being too oily. You don't just want to rinse it, you want to wash it as well, get all that excess oil that's on it off. Alright. Now it's just turkey done. So I'm going to pause here and I'm going to come back on once the turkey is done, and we'll go from there. Alright, so here's the next part where you have to add the ingredients together in the pan. That's why I cook the turkey in the biggest pan. And then, what you want to do, barbecue sauce. That's how it's backyard barbecue. You need barbecue sauce. You put as much or as little barbecue sauce as you want. Enough to at least cover everything. And of course, as with everything with cooking, you do want to taste everything that you make. A little bit of everything. In this case, I need more salt and pepper. A few other things that I'm going to add to this. Not as hot as I want, so I'm putting a little bit of chili pepper flakes, a little bit of the chili salt, like the spicy salt, Cuban salt. That's what it's called. A little bit of my red garlic sansel. And a little bit of sweetness, I'm going with a mango curry mix. Just a little bit of sweetness. Counteract all the savoriness of this dish. Okay. Once everything out of the heat, we can finish the full cooking for this. And then pour it into your dish that you're doing this in. Smells really good. You want every last drop of the ingredients in here. So I mean, it's turkey, bacon, and shrimp. And barbecue sauce. Alright, so now that I have most of the ingredients in there, they're the only missing one. This is a 5-ingredient meal. Or if you want something quick and easy to make, fairly easy to do, grate some cheese until as much cheese as you want, but should at least cover all the ingredients, so you're getting nice cheesy goodness with the nice little creaminess to go with the savory and a little bit of sweet. I'm putting a whole brick in, if you couldn't tell. Or, you know what, I'm only going to go with half a brick. Cover everything. Need a little bit more. Could use a little bit more cheese. This should be the amount that I'm making should be enough to feed a family of like 5 or 4. They're thin portions. That's all the cheese that I'm putting in here. So I have set the oven to 350. And in the oven for about 10 minutes. Just until the cheese is melted. I will come back once it's done and serve. Alright, so all I have to do is just bring this cheesy turkey bacon and shrimp dish out. Set it down to cool. Let it cool completely, or let it cool almost completely. And voila! Just let it cool for 10 minutes. Hey Google, please set a timer for 10 minutes. So let it sit for 10 minutes. Just to let it cool down, and then it's ready to serve. And this is my take on my mother's version of the backyard barbecue. if you don't want turkey and shrimp and in it, then you can just it's just the same way with the turkey and the bacon, just with regular bacon and chicken breasts, and then just cheese and barbecue sauce. And same directions, just don't add the shrimp if you don't want shrimp. But this is my take on my mother's recipe that I love. And yeah, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Please hit the notification bell so you can get updated on all future videos. Thank you and good night.